Well, we have a robust cybersecurity and digital forensics program here at Utica College, both on the undergraduate and the graduate level. Along with that program, we have for a number of years operated a digital forensic crime lab. Now, it's very unique to have a crime lab on a college campus. It's very unusual. That provides also the students with a very unique opportunity because some qualified students actually get to work in the crime lab on actual cases. We allow them to work on cases to a particular level where they may not have to, and they won't have to testify in the future, but it does give them valuable experience, and it's a great resume builder to be able to work in a crime lab on actual evidence.
The original genesis of the computer forensics lab here was a marriage between a digital forensics laboratory that was operating within the Utica Police Department at headquarters and a computer forensics research and development laboratory that was operating the Utica College campus. About 3.5 years ago, the two of them crossed paths and joined up, and we actually brought the laboratory from the police department up to here, which did several things. First of all, it freed up space on Oriskany Street, and it also gave us state-of-the-art laboratory facility at no cost to the city. So it was a win-win. On the opposite side, Utica College now has an operating law enforcement laboratory on their campus, which employs student interns who come and get real-world experience. And frankly, it also becomes a draw for students because there are not too many other institutions that can have those kinds of bragging rights.
It puts us on the national scene. We've already developed a reputation through our economic crime programs. You know, the first in the nation undergraduate in economic crime investigation, the first masters in the world in economic crime management, the first MBA in economic crime fraud investigation. We've had a series of firsts. We are the recognized thought leader in this field. Now, others have emerged. You know, Florida State, for example, big schools, George Washington University have emerged, but we were the first in this field. So this is an extension of what we've been doing since 1988, and it's just that natural growth progression. But again, this center would propel us forward even more.
The vast majority of the work done in this laboratory is not for Utica cases. We do cases throughout upstate New York for a mixture of agencies, local agencies, city, towns, villages, state agencies like the state police, federal agencies like the FBI and the Secret Service and Immigrations and Customs. At this point, almost 40% of the cases that come through this lab are federal cases. The Utica Police Department solely runs the law enforcement operations here. Utica College solely owns the facilities, and it's an agreement, a cooperative agreement between the two that allows the lab to coexist. Up to this point, the goal has been to provide these services for free to any law enforcement agency that needs them. We've been fortunate in the past. We've been successful in some grant applications and getting federal money, and we've continued to receive federal funding over the past several years because we're doing work for so many different agencies.
When we built this building, we built it with a public-private partnership in mind, and when you do that, you always hope that your aspirations and your intentions will come to pass. It has come to pass beyond our wildest imagination. Our cooperation with the city, the mayor's support, the expertise of Sergeant Tony Martino has really made this center. The future rests on what we already have and that partnership with the city.
Essentially, we create the whole infrastructure here. We create the environment. So we actively seek out research and development work, which we involve students in, we involve faculty in, we involve private corporations, local private corporations in, where we're actually developing cybersecurity tools and digital forensics tools that can later go to market, tools that can be marketed to government, can be marketed in private sector, etc. We have interest in expanding our reach as an academic institution to the point where we're not just teaching matriculated students, where we're also teaching industry professionals, where now a chief technology officer or a chief information officer of a corporation who feels they need to know more about cybersecurity and they need to know more about how to mitigate cyber threats would come here for that training and learn more about the Utica area, learn more about Utica College, and learn more about what we have to offer. We already, and we being this region, being the Mohawk Valley, the term that it's been used recently over and over again is the cyber corridor. We already have the human capital, the physical infrastructure, the intellectual resources to be the cyber capital of this country. It's already here. The pieces are in place. We've had a critical mass of this. No one has brought it together. That's what we're trying to do here. That's what we're waiting for. And that's really, with our grant application, what we're trying to do is take all those pieces of the puzzle, put them together under one roof, be open to the partnerships, be open to working with other institutions and other entities and make it happen.